All right, here you go. The East reserves. An agreement on the first five there. Jimmy Butler, DeMar DeRozan, Andre Drummond, who's been a beast on the boards. In fact, he's got 24 games of 15 rebounds and 8 of at least 20 with a high of 29. Isaiah Thomas of the Celtics gets in their opinions, and John Wall of the Wizards. And then it's really this group right here. And that's what I was kind of wrestling with too.
Yeah,
when I was doing mine, I'm looking at Bosh, I'm looking at Gasol, I'm looking at Millsap and Horford and all this. But Shaq, how did you not have either Millsap or Horford in that mix? They've got the third best record in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, but you got to have two centers. Again, I don't believe in that front court, back court. So I'm going with Drummond and Pau Gasol. When you guys let Yao Ming cheat me in voting 4 years ago.
Well, Yao Ming was a better player than you.
A lot of old wounds being opened up here on this show.
Listen, you cannot outvote people in China. So anyway, y'all was starting. I was coming off the bench. Two centers, I understand that. So I'm rewarding my big guys. I understand Millsap and all that, but there's too many forwards in the game.
But how can you look at an Atlanta team that has the third best record in the East? No, they have the third best record in the East. Yeah, no All-Stars on that team?
Yeah, but their position is taken up. I still believe in the center position, Ernie.
First of all,
Andre Drummond.
You look at Pau Gasol.
Millsap, yes, he's a 5. He's starting center. Yes, he's a center.
He plays the 5, but he's not a 5.
I do not
have a problem with. I don't have a problem with either one of the guys. I want to prerequisite all of my picks with saying the only reason Kyrie Irving is not All-Star because he didn't play enough games.
Oh, without question.
He is maybe the second best point guard in the NBA.
He'll play his 15th game tonight.
Big guys on that team.
Yeah, that's the only reason. But
front court.
Paul, I rewarded the winning of Atlanta, and you had to. For me, I had to have a Hawk, and it was between Gasol and Bosh, and I honestly Gasol.
You rewarded the Hawks with one pick.
With one pick.
That's how you reward winning?
Yeah, because there was other teams that won as well. They're not like running away.
They got the third best record in the Eastern Conference.
Right, but the fourth best record has 17 wins. The fifth best record has 19 wins. They're only like a game and a half. It could change next week.
But you rewarded the Cavs, who have the best record, with no reserves.
Well, because their best players have been hurt. I think Kevin Love has been admirable, but I don't think he's been all-star like a Millsap or Gasol or the other guys. I think he's been admirable, and Kyrie Irving is an all-star. He is second, third best guard in basketball.
What's going to be interesting to me when the coaches vote, like I think all those guys are interchangeable. To me, the guy's going to be Isaiah Thomas. I think I think that's what's going to be interesting because he's the Celtics closer. They got a bunch of good young players. I think Dan Ainge has done a good job. But when the game's on the line, it's Isaiah Thomas' game to win or lose. So to me, like all those guys are interchangeable, the last 2 or 3 guys. But I'm pulling for Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, he should make it. I don't think it's
he'll make it.
Well, it's going to be close.
No, I don't think it's a question.
No love for your guy Hassan Whiteside in Miami?
Yeah,
there's a center for you. There's a guy who's got 2 triple-doubles and leads the league in blocks.
Listen, I did, and it was hard. I was wrestling between him and Powell, but Powell's been there before. Powell's having a fabulous year, but I like and I respect Whiteside, but he's not there yet.
I
maybe
want to see
next
yours,
year.
Ernie, because I think, like I said, I respect his list and those last guys, 1 or 2 guys are interchangeable.
Yeah.
I want to see your list.
You want to see my list?
You thought Hassan Whiteside should be an All-Star?
Possible, man. He's close.
Of course.
You guys are killing me, man.
Yeah. Kenny wants to see mine. And you know what? I don't know if this is a good thing or not, Chuck. You and I are identical on the Eastern Conference.
Once you shave your head, we're going to be really more identical.
So you have 3 Hawks this year?
No, 2.
Millsap and Horford.
2 Hawks?
Yeah.
You don't like Hassan Whiteside? Are you crazy?
He got potential.
I don't know if 2 Hawks get in.
At first, I thought it was only going to be 1, Kenny, and then I looked at it, and I was really between Powell and Bosh and Horford. I was like, I don't know which way I exactly want to go here. And then I said, you know what? I don't think Al Horford's done anything this year to lessen his stock. He was an all-star last year. And I said,
let me ask you a point. I've told you, as far as the Miami Heat goes, the key to their season is Hassan Whiteside. He can either make them a really good team or make them mediocre. I watch them guys play a lot. I mean, Dwayne is slowing down. Bosh is going to do all right. But the key, Dragic, he doesn't get the ball enough. But this kid here got so much potential. but he's so inconsistent. Like, he'll come out and get a triple-double with blocks, then he'll come out and get 6 points, 4 rebounds the next night. He's too inconsistent, in my opinion, and he's not even close to an all-star. Not even close.
On defense, he is. Yes, he is.
Come on, man.
Can't worry about the points because, you know, he's not really like a go-to guy. They ain't really got.
He don't have to score points. If he played defense and got rebounds,
he is. Chuck.
I know
they wouldn't be where they're at in the standings.
Ain't got nothing to do with him. He's a third option.
I always know it's a good show when they're going to come on, man, out of Chuck.
Third option.
Those other two got to step up.
Give me that one again, Chuck.
Step up.
What now?
Give me that. Come on, man.
Come on, man. Tom Jackson, I love you. Tom Jackson, Chris Carter. Come on, man.
LeBron James, Paul George, Melo, D. Wade, and Kyle Lowry, the Eastern Conference starters in Toronto. And here are those results. And while you look at those numbers and try to do the math in your head, I'll just tell you, 360 votes is what separated Carmelo Anthony from Pau Gasol.
Wow.
360 votes. But Melo is the starter. Gasol, Drummond, Porzingis, and Bosh next in line. And in the backcourt, after Wade and Lowry, Kyrie Irving, Jimmy Butler, DeMar DeRozan, John Wall, and Derrick Rose. Okay, I'll let you go first this time. Chuck went first last time. Just an overview of what you see there and what stood out to you.
Well, you know, Chuck threw out the Jimmy Butler thing, but I think Kyle Lowry should have been a starter. I think he's played well enough, and he's put the Toronto Raptors in a position to be a contender. So I think overall, you know, that wasn't anything that was different. They're in second place in the East, second best record in the East, largely because of his play.
He and DeRozan,
Yeah, he and DeRozan have played fabulous. They're in Toronto. Who doesn't want to see him in Toronto play? I have no problem with him being in the backcourt. You know, obviously Dwayne Wade, you know, is a fan favorite. May not have the best season, but would have been an all-star. Even if he did not make the starters. But Jimmy Butler should have possibly had his spot just on play alone.
Lowry trailed Kyrie Irving by 32,000 votes, and then there was a 98,000 vote swing, so he gets the start. It was not unlike last year when he passed Dwayne Wade for the starting spot in the Eastern Conference. What'd you think of the East starters?
I like the list, but again, as a big man, you know, you got to stick up for the big man. I'd like to see a center on that list. I would like to see Andre Drummond. I know Pau Gasol is having a good year, but Andre Drummond has been dominating, you know, scoring and rebounds. I would like to see a big man, Drummond, whatever his name is. I'd like to see him on that list, but I'm not mad at it. You know, Carmelo's playing pretty good. You know, we have this debate every year, substitute winning. They're in the 9th spot right now. They're not really in playoff contention, but again, I'm going to be the only one up here sticking up for the big man. I like to see a center at that spot.
Who are you talking about this 9th?
Andre Drummond, well, Carmelo.
Yeah.
Yes.
But they're playing 500 and they're...
Yeah, but I don't believe in that front court, back court again.
you haven't eased up on that in the commercial break. Chuckster?
Jimmy, the only problem I have, Jimmy Butler should be starting.
Over who?
With Kyle Lowry.
Over Dwayne Wade. You know, he's been terrific all year. He's been the best players on the Bulls. And first of all, I picked both of those Toronto Raptors, Lowry and DeRozan. They're going to be on my team in our unofficial.
Which we'll get to.
But Jimmy Butler should be starting. He's been fantastic. Other than LeBron James, he's been the second best player in the Eastern Conference all year, more in my opinion.
How good is it to get Paul George back in there? That's got to be huge for him to go through what he went through in 2014. He has that gruesome broken leg in the offseason when he's working out with Team USA. Plays 6 games last year and then comes back. It was a tremendous start to the season. He's cooled off a little bit, but still career-high average in points this year.
Great to see him back. I think overall, you know, not only he's playing at an all-star level, he's probably playing at sometimes better than he did prior to getting the injury. But just going back to the fans again voting, I think, Chuck, it's also very difficult to have November, December, January, and then have the entire basketball community know who you are. The savvy basketball person who watches every day and kind of knows the entrenched in it will vote for guys like Draymond Green and so on and so forth. But it is an award that comes from what you've done last year or years before because you have a familiarity. And if you're playing close to that familiar attitude gets you the vote. It's tough in 3 months to get this non-savvy basketball fan to understand that you're playing that great that you need to be in there right now as a fan. So that's why you have the 1 or 2 guys that slip in and out. To me, 3 months is a short time and a short window.
If they go into the games and watching the game.
But they're not watching every day. We're talking about
shouldn't be voting.
You can't vote if you don't go every day.
We
get paid.
We should have centers.
First of all, you have to be a total moron to not know that Draymond Green should be starting in the All-Star game. You have to be a total damn idiot. First of all,
but if you only watch the games casually,
oh my God!
At this point in 3 months,
the Golden State Warriors are must-see TV. They're must-see TV. And if you're a deep basketball fan, they are. I actually totally disagree with that.
I'm just saying.
Like, if you don't know anything about basketball, you've got to know that Steph Curry.
You know that.
And those guys.
And those guys. That's what you say.
No.
Steph Curry and those guys.
And Draymond Green and Klay Thompson. Like, if you don't know anything about basketball right now, like, we get paid to watch basketball. We're going to watch a lot of games. But you got to realize Steph is probably Jordan Spieth, Patrick Kane. These guys right now are the top guys in sports.
Geez, and now I got to watch golf and hockey too?
Of course you do. You got to know that the Chicago Blackhawks and the Tampa Bay Lightning are playing tonight, and one's got a 12-game win streak and one got a 6-game win streak.
You know that because you're entrenched.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying that the average fan, if you ask 9, we have 20 people. We have 20 people in here, and I bet you 2 of them knew that.
Well,
we have 20 people in here, 2 of them, but they know the hockey playoffs are going on.
It ain't the playoffs.
I mean, not playoff, the game's going on, rather. But they don't know that it is actually. I thought.
Well, I'm just saying this. Listen, no disrespect.
No, but that's all I'm saying. 3 months.
But it just bothers me as a guy who get paid.
3 months is tough.
Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler should be starting.
I agree with you.
Okay. Well, don't agree with me. Then disagree with me.
But you can't ask the fans to know all of that in 3 months.